Rivers local government elections, Governor FUBARA wins again. Council election to hold across 23 local government areas despite recent Federal High Court rulings in Abuja. Hello viewers and welcome to InfoGist TV. We should recall that the High Court clears Rivers State Electoral Commission to conduct local government elections on October 5th. Others, police, army orders to provide security. Justice IPC Igwe gave the order while delivering judgment in suit number PHC 2696/CS/2024 filed by Action People's Party APP as plaintiff/applicant against RISEC, Rivers State Government, and Governor of Rivers State as a first to third respondent. The Rivers State High Court in Port Harcourt had ordered the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission to proceed with the local government council elections scheduled for October 5th. Justice IPC Igwe gave the order while delivering the judgment in the suit mentioned above. In the certified court judgment obtained by our reporters on Sunday evening, which was issued on Friday, September 4th, 2024, Justice Igwe directed RISEC to use the 2023 voters register for the elections. The court emphasized the importance of conducting elections within 3 months to fill vacant council positions, as mandated by the Supreme Court in suit number SC-CV 343/2024, delivered on July 11, 2024, to the effect that all states without democratically elected local government councils in place should conduct elections into their respective local government councils within 3 months from the date of the aforesaid judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. The court's order maintained that based on the judgment of the Supreme Court, the defendants are bound to conduct elections into local government councils in Rivers State on or before the expiration of the said 3 months period on October 5, 2024. Now, despite the controversy surrounding the elections, RISEC Chairman, retired Justice Adolphus Enebeli, had reassured stakeholders that the Commission is prepared to conduct the elections as scheduled. The All Progressive Congress APC had earlier sought to restrain INEC from releasing voters' registers to RISEC, but the court reserved the judgment on the matter. The court declared that the Rivers State Government and the State Governor are bound by Section 7, Subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended to ensure that local government councils are run by democratically elected officers. Additionally, the court ordered the police, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Army and other security agencies to provide adequate security during and after the polls to prevent security breaches. The court order reads in part that in view of Section 7 Sub 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, Section 5 Sub A of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission Law Number 2 of 2018, the decision of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, delivered on the 11th day of July 2024 in suit number SC-CV 343/2024, Attorney General of Federation against the Attorney General of Abia State and 35 others, and the expiration of the tenure of the former democratically elected local government councils in Rivers State on the 17th day of June 2024, the defendants are bound to conduct elections into the local government councils in Rivers State within the shortest possible time in order to comply with the aforesaid judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. That it further declared that in view of Section 5 Sub A of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission Law Number 2 of 2018, Section 9 Sub 1A 4 to 6 of the Electoral Act 2022, and the exigencies of the decision of the Supreme Court of Nigeria delivered on the 11th day of July 2024, in the suit number as mentioned above, the Attorney General of the Federation against the Attorney General of Abia State and 35 others, the first defendant is entitled to utilize the National Register of Voters for the 2023 general elections compiled by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) pursuant to Section 9 Sub 1A 4 to 6 of the Electoral Act 2022, already in custody of the first defendant, to conduct elections into the 23 local government councils of Rivers State. That it is also declared that in view of the decision of the Federal Government of Nigeria following the said judgment in suit number SC-CV 343/2024, delivered on the 11th day of July 2024, to the effect that all states without democratically elected local government councils in place should conduct elections into their respective local government councils within 3 months from the date of the aforesaid judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. The defendants are bound to conduct elections into local government councils in Rivers State on or before the expiration of the said 3 months period on the 5th day of October 2024, and to take all necessary steps towards the conduct of the said election, including sale of forms to candidates and their parties, including the claimants who is interested in sponsoring candidates for offices in the local government councils. that an order of mandatory injunction be and is hereby issued compelling the second and third defendants, by themselves or by their agents, previous servants, or representatives and proxies, to make adequate provisions for elections into the local government council in Rivers State, and to ensure that the affairs of the local government council in Rivers State are conducted by democratically elected local government councils. That it is further ordered that mandatory injunctions be and is hereby issued compelling the first defendant to conduct elections into local government councils of Rivers State on the 5th day of October 2024 or on any other date fixed by the first defendant in accordance with its electoral guidelines, in order to comply with the aforesaid judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, and to take all necessary steps towards the conduct of the said elections, including sale of forms to candidates and their parties, including the claimant who is interested in sponsoring candidates for offices in the local government council. That an order of mandatory injunction be and is hereby further issued directing or commanding the first defendant to utilize the National Register of Voters for 2023 general elections compiled by the Independent National Electoral Commission pursuant to Section 9 sub 1A 4 to 6 of the Electoral Act 2022 to conduct elections into the 23 local government councils of Rivers State. That the Nigerian Police Force, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, the Nigerian Army and all other security agencies and paramilitary organizations are hereby ordered to provide adequate security and to ensure maintenance of peace, law, and order during and after the elections, it reads. Now, despite the order of the Rivers State High Court, the Federal High Court in Abuja has barred INEC from releasing voters' register to Rivers State for local government elections. The Federal High Court in Abuja has again stopped the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, from releasing the register of voters for Rivers State to the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RISEC, ahead of the local government election scheduled for 5th October. In a ruling delivered on Monday, the judge, Peter Lifo, also barred the Inspector General of Police and the State Security Services from providing security for the controversial election. It was also carried and reported that the suit was filed by the All Progressive Congress APP, which challenged the legitimacy of the election process, represented by a team of senior advocates of Nigeria, SANs, including Joseph Daudu, Sebastian Honorable, and Ogu Onoja. The APC argued that the necessary legal procedures leading up to the election had not been observed. Lifu upheld the party's argument, stating that RISEC had failed to comply with the key provisions of the electoral law, including the requirement to publish a 90-day notice before setting an election date. Now, failure to adhere to the legal requirements. The judge noted that the RISEC's decision to fix 5th October for the elections without meeting legal prerequisites, such as updating the voters' register at least 90 days before the elections, considered a violation of the law. The judge emphasized that INEC could not release the certified voters' register until all legal conditions had been met, and RISEC was prohibited from accepting or using any register provided by INEC. For the election, the All Progressive Congress had brought a suit against INEC and RISEC, the Rivers State Attorney General, and the Inspector General of Police, including the SSS, accusing the Rivers State government of violating the electoral law by failing to provide the mandatory 90-day notice before the election. The party also contended that the voters' register, which should have been updated 90 days prior to the elections, had not been finalized. Now, after reviewing the case, Mr. Lifu concurred with APC, ruling that RISEC had flouted electoral regulations and that the actions taken by the Rivers State electoral body were illegal and invalid. He nullified all steps and decisions made by RISEC regarding the local government elections. Mr. Lifu's ruling also struck down Section 60 sub 2 of the Rivers State local government election law, which was signed by former Governor Wike in 2018. The section sought to prohibit aggrieved parties from filing lawsuits related to the local government elections. Mr. Lifu also ruled that these provisions was unconstitutional as it contradicted the Nigerian Constitution, which guarantees access to the court for all citizens. The election is a process, and all steps leading to the conduct of an election must be transparent and adhere to the provisions of the law. The rule of law demands strict compliance with the legal framework, Mr. Lifu said. He further stressed that any attempt to circumvent these rules undermines democracy.